see, the only thing you got to worry about tomorrow is making sure that you make today count. This is your day to learn how to change your world.
I need you to focus on why you were born.
Let's not lose what made us, but let's grip the future and let's become the best version for next year.
Most success is when a person develops ordinary qualities to an extraordinary degree through the application of hard, sustained work.
Now, for some people, this is not easy, but there is no good reason for not doing it.
You and I were created to make a difference.
Hey there, social media land, Wes and Cindy Dove.
Hello.
We are 4 weeks away from the 8th annual Live to Lead Harrisonburg Experience with Dove Development Consulting. So we wanted to share some time with you this afternoon or whenever you're seeing the video to really walk through some of the things that you can expect from the day. So Cindy, do you want to touch on, most importantly, the community partner that we've been able to work with over these last several years?
Absolutely. So Wes is speaking to the Blue Ridge Area Food Bank. So that team will be in the house like they have been for a number of years. And it's really exciting to have them there. Be sure that you meet them. You'll see their table represented, a team table, and maybe even an event table. That's up to them what they're able to do there. But make sure that you talk to those folks and see how you can impact them. One way that you'll be impacting them already is through this Live to Lead event. Each Live to Lead event that they have been our community partner, a portion of the proceeds have went back from the monies that you spent for the event, that you invested to be there. And I'll have some more stats for you at the event as to the impact we've made at a whole through the 8 years that we've been bringing Live to Lead here to the area.
So if you go to our page, and I've got that pulled up, the URL's on the screen, you see that, the L2L-Harrisonburg.com. We've used that for years. We try to bring tremendous visibility to the companies that we partner with. We don't call them sponsors. We want to partner. We want to have strong relationships because we've been very, very selective in who we work with in this. And we've got backlinks from our page to each of them so you can learn more about them. And our hope is that we can bring positive visibility through this event because they partner and they have this vested interest in really driving leadership culture in their own organizations, but also throughout the community. So I just challenge you to go look at the page and see the organizations that are part of it. And gosh, if you don't already have your seats confirmed, I think we're just over 200 folks have confirmed for the event. Cindy has the specifics of those numbers. If you were to look at our site as it stands right now, you would see, I think, about 25 seats, maybe just over 25 seats now still available. Here's the challenge. We've sent some separate invoices that didn't go through the page that haven't been updated here. So I've got to make some updates. So it's right around 20 seats left as we record this video with 4 weeks left until the event. Cindy, do you want to touch on just some of the companies, not counting the partners, but maybe the numbers of companies or something like that with regards to this year's event?
Sure. And before I do that, since we're talking about our amazing partners, if you are seeing this, hearing this, and you are with one of these partner organizations, you'll need to, and you need more tickets, you receive a 25% discount. So be sure to let us know outside of purchasing through the site if that's something that is the case for you, and do it soon, because as you can see, there's only a certain number of tickets left, about 24. So for our partners, gosh, we have at least 30 partners this year. And through our partnerships, a lot of those tickets were sold because they want team tables and they want to bring extra people and they want to bring their clients and their customers and invite them in for leadership as well, and to experience this leadership development day.
Yeah, one of the exciting pieces of that, we're really working with the partners, we're working with the organizations that have bought full tables and so on, even though we're still 4 weeks out, to get their total list of attendees. Because if you were to scroll down the page and see some of the details, you would see a reference bear with me, I don't make you seasick, to our executive summit event at the end of the day. And quite honestly, we're working to prepare that. We've got more than 200 folks confirmed for the full event that wraps up at 2:15 p.m. And then at 2:30, we pare down to 50 maximum executives, which are basically business owners, high-level managers, etc., that we put in a room and we have roundtable discussions for the final hour and a half. It's no extra cost, but it's something that we want to do for the folks that have that level of responsibility. We want to be able to facilitate conversation. So we're working on finalizing that list as well. So yeah, if you're part of that, we'd love to have you there. But we need to be able to schedule it so we can make sure that we've got the right seats, and just as importantly, we pair the right people up at the tables during that session. Cindy, do you want to talk about our MC for the year? I had the chance last week to chat with Chris, and maybe you can give a little bit of background on Chris and why we picked him as an MC.
Yes, I would love to. So if you're watching this live or recording and not just hearing it, you're seeing Chris's picture on the screen. And if you don't know Chris, or if you're wanting to get to know him better, be at the event. He is going to be the event MC. Chris is the president and CEO of the Harrisonburg Rockingham Chamber of Commerce. He came to us from Florida. He is making a huge impact already. And we've just been thrilled to get to know him and be able to call him our friend and partner in this event as he guides us through the day. So Chris is going to bring a lot of wisdom and experience with him. And we wanted to give the chamber, the Harrisonburg Rockingham Chamber, an opportunity. If Chris was willing to MC the event, give them an opportunity to be seen in this light and to get some credit that they deserve, and to be there with 225 business owners, leaders, high-level executives, and such, to be able to have some access to him and talk to him and experience something from Chris for the day. Let's see, one other thing there, Chris has a lot of wisdom and knowledge about history also. So there's a fun fact about him. I really enjoy talking to him about history.
Yes, indeed. And when Chris and I were talking just a week or so ago about some of the specifics, the details that we're working through, he shared that he was really excited about one of the speakers that I was actually scrolling up to. Doris Kearns Goodwin is a historian, and she's written a lot on historical stuff, different folks. She wrote a book on Lincoln that you've referenced a lot in different sessions we've done about, help me with the name of the book. Team of Rivals, I think.
Team of Rivals, right.
Okay. And you've referenced that a number of times. She wrote that book, but John's going to be doing a special interview with her. So that Chris mentioned how excited he was. Now, I'm going to talk about a couple others. I mean, John Maxwell has been a mentor and a resource for Cindy and I for more than 2 decades. So we're always super excited there. The one I'm most excited about this year outside of John is Patrick Lencioni. I've read a number of his books. Gosh, not so long ago, I put together a lesson that really touched on some ideas I learned from him, but took it in a little bit different direction. But he's talking about some new stuff. And interestingly enough, that's one of the lessons I'm working on right now, too, in regards to this whole idea of how can we sustain where we're at. And I'm addressing the topic in something I'm working on right now, quiet quitting. But Patrick talks about how we're really built and wired for a specific type of work and how we can sustain that. And what I'm going to be able to do is something that really keys over to our keynote that Cindy and I are going to be opening today with, called Unlocking Emotional Intelligence in Your Leaders. And gosh, guys, so many times, specific to that keynote, that opening keynote that we're going to share, so many times I've heard that idea of emotional intelligence, and it's so important. And I've read all these stats, and I've read articles, and I've read books, and gosh, I never saw anything that I could really wrap my head around, and here's how I can apply it, until we started working some different things together. And what we're going to share as we open the day are some powerful statistics and how it matters, and it can impact the profitability and productivity of your organizations, but how you can do it quickly and simply without all this pie in the sky approach, how we're going to simplify it to make it very, very tangible for you. So that's something that, and it's neat that Patrick will touch on that, not necessarily the same topic, but how what we share will help your team members sustain the results that they're getting. So that I kind of bridge those two together there, Cindy, without intending to. What else do you want to share about the day?
Gosh, about the day. So the food is provided, beverages throughout the day, meaning caffeine and water beverages, no other kinds of beverages. It's a work day. 225 leaders from the area, but also different places in Virginia. And goodness, they've come from other states as well. And just a buzz unlike any other event really in the area, or even the surrounding area. And it's once a year, but it's an event that folks after each Live to Lead, we hear, gosh, I really want you to do this again next year because these are the ways we apply what we learned. So just excited to have everybody together.
Well, and you keyed on it. I would argue this is the best full day leadership event in the state of Virginia, not just for the price point, which is relatively inexpensive for all that we put into the day, but also for the level of networking, the reach that we've got, the quality of content, and so on. Pre-COVID, before we had some of the craziness that brought to us, we had more than 75 organizations represented in our 2019 Live to Lead event. This year, I've not looked at the totals recently, but I know with just a couple of weeks ago, you mentioned that we were between 50 and 60 organizations represented in this year's event. And gosh, what makes that a powerful number is, gosh, there's 2 or 3 different companies that have 2 tables. So it's tougher to get 60 and 70 organizations represented when a company says, hey, we want 2 tables, or this company's got 12 seats, which is almost 2 tables, and so on and so forth.
Cindy, I'm sorry. I just looked at the number. It's around 60
outstanding. So
organizations represented. Yeah.
One group that has a table that I'm really excited about because they touch all of Virginia is the Virginia Employment Commission's Veteran Services. Now, we've had a strong relationship with them for years. But we've got some of their leaders from around the state that are going to be coming in, and we're also working out the details about how we can provide this content privately for a number of their other folks that won't be able to come in for the day. So we've been able to do that with 2 or 3 other organizations after the October 28th event. So that's an option that we can do. It's not something that we promote heavily because it's just not something that we have a lot in our schedule for, but it is something that we can do. So anything else you want to share before we wrap this up, and just look forward to seeing folks in a few weeks?
Just remember, we're looking at the countdown now. We've got less than 30 days. So if you're able to join us, grab your ticket and reach out if we can answer any questions for you.
Yes, indeed. So less than 30 days, less than 25 seats. Look forward to seeing you there, and gosh, make it a great day. But more importantly, we look forward to helping give you the tools that really serves the teams you're a part of and strengthening that leadership culture. So we look forward to seeing you soon. And gosh, reach out if there's questions. God bless.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. God bless.